What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Ryan Garcia, aka King Ryan, or is it King Rye? Whatever this is, he called himself the King. Now he'll be looking to capture his first world title when he takes on WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. That's kind of funny to me. This guy called himself the King. King Ryan, or King Rye. Whichever one you prefer. I can't remember what his actual nickname is. I think it's King Ryan. It might be King Rye, or it might be both. He might go by King Ryan and King Rye. Whatever the case may be, he called himself a king. And he's looking to capture his first world title. And we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires on February 21st. Hold up, let me get this out the way. Shout out to all my YouTubettes. I want all of y'all to have a great Valentine's Day. I hope your significant other, if you have a significant other, treats you well on this day, give you everything you want, give you everything you need, and give you everything you desire on this day. With all that being said, Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, has got a lot on the line. More than a world title, more than a WBC is at stake for Ryan Garcia. We need to know if Ryan Garcia is a good fighter or not. How good is Ryan Garcia? Because right after he got his biggest win of his professional career, when he beat Devin Haney by split decision. Remember that? It was split decision. That wasn't no dominating win by Ryan Garcia. People trying to portray that as some dominating win. He dropped Devin, 3 times? Could have got credited for more than 3 knockdowns. But outside of the knockdowns, Devin Haney won more rounds than Ryan Garcia. It's just the knockdowns. When you get knocked down, I think maybe one round he might have got knocked down twice. You know, you dig yourself a deep hole. Instead of losing around 10-9, you losing around 10-8, 10-7, that type of situation. You dig yourself a deep hole, and even though you might be coming back and winning rounds, you got so much rounds to make up. Say you lose around 10-8, you mean you got to win 2 rounds just to even that out. And you get knocked down 3 times, you in a big hole. Big hole. And that was one of the reasons why he lost that fight, that being Devin Haney. But with all that being said, Ryan Garcia has a lot to prove, more than just capturing a WBC world title. He's got to let me know and others know that he is one of the top fighters in boxing, because I really don't know, man. I don't know when he started cheating. I just know when he started cheating. You get my drift? I don't know exactly how long he been cheating. I know when he first came on the scene, he wasn't known as a power puncher, but somewhere around the Do-No fight, he started sleeping people with 1 punch. So did he start cheating then, or he started cheating before the Devin Haney fight? It's kind of like when you get caught speeding. You get a ticket for speeding. That's just the first time you got caught speeding, but that might not be the first time you actually been speeding. So we don't know how long Ryan Garcia has been cheating. But what we do know is he was clean going against Rolly Romero, and he got his hat brought to him. A lot of people were surprised by that outcome. He was a heavy favorite going into that fight, and he got dropped early in that fight, and he put his hands in his pockets, didn't want to let his hands go, basically waved the white flag, and got beat decisively by Rolly Romero. How good is Ryan Garcia? We're going to find that out February 21st when he headlines a main event fight going down in Las Vegas, Nevada, a.k.a. Sin City. How good is Ryan Garcia, ladies and gentlemen? How good is he? In my opinion, he's a C-level fighter. Based on the only fight that we have concrete evidence in is the fight with Rolly Romero. We know he went into that fight clean. He took the necessary test and passed the necessary test to go into that fight with Rolly Romero on an even playing field. That wasn't the case with Devin Haney, and that might not have been the case in his other fights. We just don't know. You know, with the advanced tests, the people that's testing have got better at testing boxers. It's the testing system is much more advanced than it was back in the day. It's much more advanced now, so a guy that might have been getting away with it 4 or 5 years ago is not going to be able to get away with it now. You know, they got VADA, they got WADA, and they've done a much better job of detecting boxers that are cheating. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. I'm gonna give you my analysis and prediction late next week on who I think gonna win this fight, because I don't think a lot of Mario Barrios either. I think he's the weakest champion at 147. But the thing about Mario Barrios is he's gonna come to fight. He's gonna lay it all on the line. He has no quit in him. We seen Ryan Garcia quit against Rolly Romero. We seen Ryan Garcia quit against Tank Davis. So once a quitter, always a quitter. You always got to look at that as something that could happen. We can look at another example in Daniel Dubois. He quit against, what's my boy name? That dude that was slow as molasses. He was a guy that was really rising up the heavyweight rankings. I can't remember his name, but they had a big fight over there in the UK, and he messed his eye up, and he basically quit in that fight. You know, right there in the middle of the ring, he gave it up while he was on one knee. He decided not to continue. He did that again in the Alexander Usyk rematch. He quit in that fight. You know, he could have got back up. He quit in that fight. It wasn't like he was going to win that fight anyway, but you got to show some dog in you. You got to show some heart. Because once a great trainer once said that boxing is 80% mental, 20% physical. That separate the men from the boys. And Ryan Garcia is going to have to lay it on the line. And maybe he can do that. We seen Victor Ortiz, a guy that quit, but came back and got into a big matchup with Andre Berto, showed the dog and showed the tenacity and erased that stigma of being a quitter when he quit against, what's my boy name from Argentina? That's his name, Madonna. He's quit against Madonna. Maybe Ryan Garcia can shake that tag as well. He'll go a long way toward shaking that tag. He's able to win a tough fight against a world champion at 147 pounds, Mario Barrios. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But how good is Ryan Garcia? I think he's a C-level fighter until proven otherwise. We'll see how he matches up with a fellow C-level fighter in Mario Barrios. That's why this fight really is a 50-50 fight, and it's for a world title. So you don't have too many fights involving two C-level fighters fighting for a world title, but this is in two popular fighters, two guys that have been in a lot of big fights. Mario Barrios has fought Tank Davis in a pay-per-view fight. He's fought Keith Thurman in a pay-per-view fight, and he's fought Manny Pacquiao in a pay-per-view fight. And Ryan Garcia has fought Tank Davis in a pay-per-view fight, and he's fought Devin Haney in a pay-per-view fight. That's kind of crazy. Barrios has been in more pay-per-view fights as a headliner than Ryan Garcia. Mario Barrios, this will be his fourth time headlining a pay-per-view fight, and it's going to be Ryan Garcia's third time, even though Ryan Garcia is way more popular than Mario Barrios. Sometimes it's all about timing. Sometimes it's all about being at the right place at the right time, and Mario Barrios, working with the PBC, has gotten a lot of big, high-profile fights, and this is another example of him in another big fight. You have opportunity to get a win defending his WBC title. Unlike his last two times when he got a draw, he's looking to get his hand raised and get the biggest win of his professional career outside of the Yordenis Ugas fight, which was a fight that enabled him to become a world champion at 147 pounds. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section, YouTubers and YouTubettes. How good is Ryan Garcia in your opinion? I think he's a C-level fighter based on the Rolly Romero fight. That's the only fight that I know for a fact that he was clean going into. And we've seen that fight. He did not look good. He was gun shy, got dropped early, shown to be real chinny. And then when he got up, he proceeded to do nothing in that fight but go into survival mode and go 12 rounds. Got beat decisively by Rolly Romero. Made Rolly Romero look like the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Rolly Romero has never shown them type of skills, that type of command in the ring as a boxer. But he was able to display those skills versus gun-shy Ryan Garcia. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How good is Ryan Garcia? Now follow me on Facebook, Gerard Briscoe. Follow me on TikTok at JB Sports New Media. Follow me on Twitch at Briscoe MA77071. Follow me on Instagram, JB Sports 9707. Follow me on my two YouTube channels, that's plural, not singular, at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, 9656, and at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, 8000. And like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.